Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 5th meeting of the East Hempfield Township Board of Supervisors. Before we go any further, I'd like to welcome our three new supervisors here this evening, Darren Landis, Carly Abbott, and Alex Tran. It's good to have you here
Thank you.
tonight.
Thank you.
Okay.
Excuse me, Tom. Before we go any further, board members, can you pull your mics down because Zoom can't hear this? I didn't think the way it's going. There we go. Thank you.
I think everybody heard, but here we go. Tonight's meeting has been advertised to be held in person and online using Zoom with login and call-in information posted on our website. The meeting will be conducted by the vice chairman, who will be assisted by an employee managing the Zoom site. Tonight's video and audio is being recorded. Robert's rules apply.
Figure it out.
Let's sort of move on here a little quicker. The other thing I would say is Robert's rules of order will apply. Okay. With that, I'd ask that everyone stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As this is our reorganizational meeting this evening, we need to select the chairman.
Mr. Chairman, if we could swear in the two new supervisors first?
Will they have it this morning?
Nope.
Cindy's not going
Yes.
to do that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay. We're trying to position you so that you're at the right spot. So I think if you stand here, the audience
No.
and,
Zoom.
the Zoom can see you. They don't need to hear me, but I would also suggest that you use my. And just repeat after me.
Right there. Right where you're at, Darren, right next to you. There you go.
Did they talk into their mics yet?
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yep, there we go.
Great.
If you just repeat after me, raise your right hand. I, your name,
I, Darren Landis,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the Commonwealth.
and the Constitution of this Commonwealth.
Supervisor,
I will discharge the duties of Township Supervisor in East Hempfield Township, Lancaster County, with fidelity.
all set.
Okay,
Clear.
now we're ready to go. Okay, with that task accomplished, let's move on to selecting a new chairman. It'll have to. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Unfortunately, you can't vote.
With,
Mr.
I
I would make a motion.
I have a motion from Mr. Landis. Well, I'm sorry.
But I would make a motion for Bob Johnson to be chair.
I have a motion from Mr. Landis, uh, nominating Bob Johnson as chairman. Do I hear a second?
Second.
We're working on it.
I hear a second,
Literally no.
a loud second.
Yeah,
Okay, From-
enthusiastic.
yes, awesome. From Carly Abbott. Any discussion? Any other nominations? Hearing none. I'll call for the vote on Bob Johnson as our new chairman. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 5-0.
No, this is great.
Ball in your court, as they say.
Okay. Okay, I know everyone is expecting a speech right now, but I have one, but not quite yet. All right, it's kind of distracting to hear myself that way.
Yeah, maybe pull it up because it's picking me up as well.
Okay.
He's
Yeah.
working on it.
Hopefully everyone on Zoom can hear me, but the second order of business is to nominate a vice chairman. Are there any nominations for vice chairman?
I nominate Mr. Thomas Bennett.
And any other discussion, or is there a second?
I'll second it.
Okay. Any other nominations?
I'll nominate Carly Abbott.
Okay, and is there a second? Second from the chair. All right, in this situation, I researched this possibility and we'll do a voice vote to determine who the chairman would be. Okay, Alex,
Mr. Thomas Bennett.
Mr. Bennett,
Thomas Bennett.
okay,
Carly Abbott.
and Darren.
Carly Abbott.
And my vote is Carly Abbott. So Carly Abbott will be the vice chairman. The agenda has public comment next. However, we'll have a normal meeting afterwards. And there'll be an opportunity for public comment on non-agenda items at that time. The consent agenda is next on the agenda. And that's normally made up of routine items that typically require little review, discussion, or explanation. So on the consent agenda, there's a lot on it for this meeting because it's the reassignment of a lot of positions. Is there any discussion on the consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman, if I could just add a few things, the consent agenda, the appointments on the consent agenda are appointments that are carried over from the prior year. There is nothing new with the exception of item S, which is the vacancy board. Everyone else is just a reappointment at this point in time.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. And I have my motions here. Okay, so any discussion on the consent agenda from the board?
No, I'm good.
Okay, any discussion from the audience? No. And any discussion from Zoom? No. Okay, do I hear a motion to to approve the consent agenda items A through R as presented.
So moved.
And do I hear a second?
Second.
And all those in favor say aye.
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 And opposed, nay. So the consent agenda items A through R are approved. Yes. All right, and then the next item for discussion is S on the consent agenda. So that's the vacancy board. It's a one-year term until January 2026. Now, if you wonder what the vacancy board is, okay. Wrote something up for that. The vacancy board, item S, refers to the appointment of a vacancy board chairman. So if one of the 5 supervisors must be replaced, 4 remaining board members have 45 days to replace them. If they are unable to, probably because of a 2-2 tie vote, the vacancy board chairman has 15 days to call a meeting with the 4 remaining supervisors, and the vacancy board chairman can break the tie. And we have John Freese as he's being considered for the appointment for that position. And John, who goes by Jack, is in the audience. Would you like to raise your hand, Jack? Right, that is Jack Freese. And do I hear is there any discussion on that? From the board, from the audience, from Zoom? Okay. All right, so is there a motion to approve the consent agenda item S, the vacancy board appointment, John Freese?
I move.
And is there a second?
Second.
All right. And all those in favor say aye.
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 And those opposed, nay. So the motion carries 5-0. The next item on the agenda is there's resolutions. So there's a zoning hearing board, and to appoint someone to that requires a resolution. And Gregory Kyle is currently on the zoning hearing board, and his term is up and he would like to continue. Do I hear a motion to adopt resolution 2026-01, reappointing Gregory Kyle to a 5-year term on the zoning hearing board?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Is any comments from the board, from the audience, and from Zoom? Hearing none, is there, all right, I said that already. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Okay, motion carries 5-0. The next item is Resolution B, the sewage enforcement officer, and that's the appointment of DMA. And that's resolution 2026-02. Do I hear a motion to adopt resolution 2026-02, appointing DMA as the sewer enforcement agency?
I move.
Okay, a second?
Second.
All right. All those in favor say aye.
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 Aye. And those opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. The final resolution on 6C is the fee schedule that East Hempfield Township charges for different services that are provided. Is there any discussion on the fee schedule?
Mr. Chairman, I did want to point out that there is one change on that fee schedule from 2025, which has to do with the conditional use hearing. The conditional use fee used to be $1,000. We have switched that now to $1,500, and the escrow is reduced to $1,000 because most of the work that is done in staff or in-house for that work. So it makes sense to have the fee higher than the escrow.
All right, thank you. All right, any other comments or discussion on the fee schedule? No, anything from the audience or anything from Zoom? All right, do I hear a motion to adopt resolution 2026-03, setting the 2026 fee schedule?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Oh yeah, I'm supposed to say motion by Mr. Bennett and second by Mr. Landis. Cindy, we don't have to start over.
That would help us.
All right,
Don't know the voices yet.
yeah. All right, thank you. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 5-0. All right, the next item is the authorization, approvals, and motions. So there's a motion that we discuss every year about the, well, I'll just read it. A motion to acknowledge resolution 1307, so this was initially written in 2013. Designating the board's historical and current intention to protect farmland and to protect and promote agricultural businesses in East Hempfield Township, to preserve prime agricultural farmland and to preserve both the rural and agricultural character of the areas of the township, generally referred to as north of 283, of Route 283. So as I've said, every year since 2013, the board has approved this motion to preserve that part of East Hempfield Township. Any discussion on that? Okay, any discussion from the audience? And any discussion from Zoom? No. All right. So, do I hear a motion for that?
So moved.
All right. Motion from Mr. Bennett, and do I hear a second?
Second.
Second from Mr. Tran. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
And opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. All right. The next topic is to designate a voting delegate at the PSATS conference that occurs in May, and also an alternate voting delegate. It could be a supervisor, or it could be someone on staff. Last year, I was the voting delegate, and I believe Nate Sturgis, our planning director, was the alternate.
Not last year, but
Oh.
in prior years I was.
Okay. All right. But I'd like to open that up to anybody. I think it would be good for any of the newer supervisors that are planning to attend the conference. I'd be happy to turn the voting designate over. I plan on attending the conference. Does anyone else plan on attending that?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Same.
Same here.
Oh,
Let's start the training first.
Do we have a date?
do we have a date for the conference?
Yeah, April 19th to 22nd.
Might I suggest that we table it?
Yeah, we can table that, yeah, and then, okay, I have a motion. I hear a motion to table, the designation of the voting delegate.
I second.
Um, okay, motion by Mr. Bennett, second by Mr. Tran. And, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries 5-0 that we are tabling the designation of the voting delegate. The next item on the agenda is the supervisor committee appointments and goals. That one we are going to put off until the next meeting. However, this is the opportunity for me and anyone else on the board that wants to say a few words. Let me just find my notes here. And, yeah, I just want to make some overall comments as a new chairman and that kind of thing. All right. So with three board members leaving, we lost 28 years of experience. And that'll be a big loss. But as Mr. Bennett reminded me last month, we have a very experienced staff that we can rely on. So we plan on doing that. I believe our main function is to represent the people in this diverse community we live in. And I think diversity is a strength of this board. We have 5 board members in 5 different decades of life. So you can figure all that out. We have a mom. We have someone born in another country and members from both political parties. But we're all working towards a single goal, keeping these Hempfield a great place to live. And we'll be talking about goals in a future meeting. But one goal that I'd like to mention now is I'd like these meetings to be informative to the audience and interesting and fun, right, Fred? He's there. He's here almost every time. With that in mind, you may notice that the online version of the agenda has active links to give you the source of the documents that we are looking at. In the past, the supervisors and staff had access to that information, but now anybody who has their computer with them can go online and see the documents that we're looking at. And also to make meetings more interesting, one thought I had was to invite a guest speaker during one of the meetings each month. And I've talked to some of the people on the board about that. There's more that has to happen with that. But I'd like to do that to help bring the new board members up to speed and provide a forum for people in the community to share their interests with us. Like, for example, maybe the Hempfield Water Authority, we all could learn more about that. The rec authority that Tom is on. How do we all get up to speed? Like a presentation would be helpful. Hempfield Rec, plans for Indian Springs Park from the person who designed that. So we'll be talking about more about that in the future. And lastly, I'd like to thank everyone here for coming. Regardless of how each of us arrived on the board, it took a lot of work for us and for people in the audience to help us get here. And many of you in the audience on Zoom participated in that. So I just wanted to thank everybody who did that and come back and visit every time. The more people, the better. That's those were my words. And anyone else? Alex, do you want to say anything? We won't do this every meeting, but just thought that's first meeting.
From my perspective, I just want to say thank you for welcoming me to the board. And I like what you just said there. It's very welcoming. And I think that's a good plan to have speakers for a presentation, like you said, to I guess bring us newcomers on board as much as possible. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I just want to reinforce what Bob said earlier about our township. We live in a great township, in a great place, in a great time in our country's history. I firmly believe that all 5 people sitting here before you this evening, their only interest is to do what's best for the community. And I'm confident that that's what we will do in the months and years for moving forward. Thank you.
I just want to say thank you all for coming out and showing support. It means a lot to us. As was mentioned before, it was a lot of work to get here. And I know that all 3 of the newcomers to the board have so much motivation and energy to put into the board and do what we can to keep East Hempfield a great place to live and be.
I just wanted to say, these are louder than usual. I want to thank Mr. Bennett for a warm welcome. I've already been welcomed by Bob, obviously, and it's nice to meet Alex. We had a great, we had a great tour with Chief Brubaker and Cindy and Diane, and felt very welcomed and met all the staff over there, which I think we feel really supported and happy you're here, especially with the loss of the very experienced gentleman that left. And I just wanted to say thank you to everyone that helped us along the way who showed up here tonight, because it's a really good turnout, and especially my family who's here.
And one last thing, just in case I don't get another opportunity to speak, there are
Cookies.
Sure. Yes, there are chocolate chip cookies out there. Please take one on your way out.
Okay, so that is the end of the organization meeting. However, we have a regular meeting afterwards, so do we adjourn this and start another one?
Don't have to.
Keep going.
Oh. Yeah, we were going to take a break at this point, but there's not a whole lot left in the regular meeting, so we'll just go right ahead and we'll finish up the rest of the meeting. All right, so the regular meeting agenda, there's on the consent agenda for this one is the approval of the invoices covering December 19th through January 5th.
Mr. Chairman, if I could just add the large number on the 2026 expense, 1.9 million, 10,498,000 reflects the cost of the ladder truck coming in, which is 1.8 million.
Thank you. Okay, so on, is there any discussion on the consent agenda from the board? No, from the audience and from Zoom? Do I hear a motion to approve the consent agenda item 1?
So moved.
And second?
Second.
Okay, motion by Ms. Abbott and second by Mr. Landis. And all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed say nay. Motion carries 5-0. The next item on the agenda is the supplemental appropriations for 2026 budget to account for the purchase of the ladder truck. So the motion is motion to approve resolution 2026-04 supplemental budget appropriation for the Pierce aerial tower truck. Cindy, would you like to describe that?
So the 2026 budget, when it was adopted by the board in the end of December, did not include the actual line item to accept the loan proceeds, which is $1 million, and then did not reflect the expense of 1.8. So that's what the supplemental appropriation does, is changes your 2026 budget to reflect those two numbers. It did, however, include the debt service for that purchase. So part of it was in there, part of it was not.
Okay, thank you. And Fire Chief Meyer, would you like to tell everybody like about this fire truck? I mean, it's a big deal, you know, that Roarstown's getting a new fire truck.
Kind of afraid to touch this. The ladder truck, the original one we have right now is a 2007. So it's basically a 20-year-old ladder truck. It's been used hard. We've had a lot of maintenance issues. They're very maintenance, labor intensive. And it was time. A lot of the technology is newer. The one we have now, I hate to say, and when I look at that, I get heart palpitations when I see the cost of it. Unfortunately, that's what we're dealing with at these times. It's kind of a no frills ladder truck. It was designed, and I give kudos to the members of Roarstown Fire Company that spent countless hours sitting down to go over this and actually design it from the ground up. So it's a very efficient, it's a very well-designed ladder truck, and I think it will serve us well long into the future.
Just for the benefit of the public and the board, this will be the third fire truck that the township is purchasing under the township name. This is not owned by Roarstown or Hempfield. This is owned by the township.
Why ask the question?
Yeah, any discussion on this? Mr. Tran?
Just a question on the old truck. So what are we doing with it versus the new truck? Sell it or something?
Yeah, eventually, currently, all the equipment has to be outfitted, placed on the new ladder truck. And there'll be a training curve because it is a different vehicle, controls, things like that. Once that occurs, then it'll be, we just kind of keep it, it is new. And if you ever had a new vehicle, you always want them to work perfectly, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So we'll have it for a while as a backup. And then when we see things, everyone's well-trained, then we'll look at the option of selling it.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the board, from the audience, and from Zoom? Okay, do I hear a motion to approve resolution 2026-04 supplemental budget appropriation for the Pierce aerial tower truck?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Mr. Landis, second by Mr. Tran. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. I'm starting to get the swing of things here with the motion. It's a lot easier when you listen to other people do it. The first time you have to actually say it, it's a little different, right, Tom? It is. So the next is a motion to authorize ordering Galaxy R4 street sweeper at a net cost of $155,890. Cindy, would you like to explain?
Sure. So as part of the 2026 budget discussions, we do long-range planning. And that discussion included the purchase of a new sweeper, which is a vacuum rather than a sweeper. So it's improved functionality. That cost of that unit was well over $300,000. And the board agreed to purchase it with the caveat that it wouldn't be arriving until 2027. So it's not reflected in your 2026 budget, but in long range, it did show up there. We then had a second unit come in for $269,000. Same exact unit we have now, same vendor, same manufacturer, and that unit is considerably less. Plus, the trade-in value on our current unit is $113,000. So the net cost out to the township is $155,000. The trade-in value is rather incredible. The trade-in on the other unit was about $15,000 to $20,000. So we can't quite walk away from that. We'd like the board to consider an amendment to their budget, which will come later. But what we'd like to do is get authorization to order it at this point. It should be arriving probably March or April. So it will be a 2026 budget purchase. It will need a supplemental appropriations. At this point, I don't know if it's going to be a cash purchase or a lease. I need to get the 2026 numbers, 2025 numbers finalized and see what our cash balance is. But I'd like authorization to purchase the smaller unit from Stuart Amos.
Yep, so that sounds like good news. And any comments from the board? From the audience and from Zoom? Yes.
One, just one. No.
Any other comments from the audience? And from Zoom? Do I hear a motion to authorize ordering the Galaxy R4 street sweeper at a net cost of $155,890?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bennett, second by Ms. Abbott. And all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. Our final action item is a motion to acknowledge receipt of the 2026 liability insurance renewal. Cindy, is there an explanation for that?
So our carrier, our broker is Engel Hembright Davis. Our insurance carrier is Travelers. We have used them for many, many years. They quoted us we did pay $243,817. That is increasing to $264,480, which is almost a 5% increase, which is what we had in the 2026 budget projections. About 2 years ago, we moved our renewal to the end of the year, so we would know a full budget year in terms of numbers. Unfortunately, this year, the quote came in later in the year than we expected. But we'd like the board to acknowledge the fact that we received it and that we're binding it.
All right, any comments from the board? From the audience? From Zoom? Do I hear a motion to acknowledge receipt of the?
Chairman, you have a question.
Yes.
And should.
Yeah,
should
so
come up.
for public comment, we really need you to go to the microphone and state your name and address since we have people on Zoom.
Carol Gallimore, 1945 Speedwell Road. Have you looked into any other ones to compare prices?
So Engel Hembright Davis does that every year for us. They are our broker. They go out to Travelers, select. We're limited in what we can, he's picking me up. We're limited in what we can look at because of the golf course. Not every insurance company covers that. Those two do. Selected was not any kind of competitive number. Travelers has always been successful in getting our business.
Okay, any other comments from the audience, from Zoom? All right. And I'll repeat it. Do I hear a motion to acknowledge receipt of the 2026 liability insurance renewal? Motion by Ms. Abbott, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Landis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. Motion carries 5-0. All right, the next item on the agenda is old business, and there are no items listed at this time. Any comments from the board? All right, and new business, there's nothing listed at this time. Last year on new business, we had talked about the 250th anniversary of the U.S. Constitution, and Mr. Bennett and I are on the Parks and Recreation Committee. We're going to be talking about that in a separate meeting, and then bring information to everyone on that in the coming months. And then we also talked about the budget, but that budget period is closed. So those two old business items are no longer old business. Any new business items? Okay. All right, the next item is public comments. That would be non-agenda items, only for the residents of East Hempfield Township or taxpayers in East Hempfield Township. Is there any public comments? Oh, come on, someone's got something. All right, thank you very much. And oh, the next is the manager's report.
So I typically only note the highlights in my report, things that have changed over the course of the past couple weeks. Most of our projects are not active because of the weather. But I can tell you that the local share account awards from 2026, I don't know if you've seen it, but the police department was awarded $90,000 for radios. 309,000 went to the United Disability Service Foundation for a new entranceway and elevator. And then the Little Conestoga Creek Foundation, 400,000 towards their trail and stream bank improvements. So we were fortunate to get 3 awards. Unfortunately, what was not awarded was a LSA award towards the Indian Springs study to look at stormwater in that area. So we'll try again on that one. We talked about the next 3. The Nestle Road Basin, unfortunately, has another sinkhole in it, and we're looking at getting that repaired. We're not quite sure what's going on there geological wise, but we keep addressing it as they come up. The water that's currently in its current filled with water, that is not should not be the case. That will eventually be drained probably in spring. We did put up no trespassing signs, that no ice skating, no fishing, no swimming in it, just to keep us protected. That concludes my report unless there are questions.
All right. Any questions from the board?
No.
No. All right, from the audience or Zoom? Okay, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So move.
In a second?
Second.
Do you need a third?
Yeah. Well, we'll have to modify Robert's rules. All right, motion from Ms. Abbott, second from Mr. Landis, and a third from Mr. Tran. So we are adjourned at 5:14.
And we apologize for that.